Hey, salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad, Chief Sock G, coming to y'all live from Memphis, Tennessee. Waited a couple days to record this video because I wanted to allow the city of Memphis to mourn the murder of Young Dolph. Memphis is a city I've called home for the past couple years, and over the past couple years I've seen as cities across this country have mourned the loss of brothers who were celebrated for making their way out of the hood, making their way out of the impossible situations and circumstances that many of us have found ourselves being raised in here in America. Pop Smoke in Brooklyn, King Von in Chicago, Mo 3 down in Dallas, Nipsey Hussle in Los Angeles. And now with the murder of Young Dolph, just want to take an opportunity to let everybody know, man, that this culture that we got is bullshit. This shit that we've been fed about being a gangster and about, being a criminal and the way to make it out and to get popping is, criminal behavior that really destroys and brings down your community is the reason why these brothers are losing their lives. You know what I'm saying? Young Dolph is a cat that's from Memphis, man. South Memphis, born and bred. You know what I'm saying? Had love in the city. You know what I'm saying? He looked out for brothers. He looked out for the hood. You know what I'm saying? Even before he died. You know what I'm saying? He had a little thing. He was giving out turkeys down here in the city. But I think brothers got to understand, and sisters got to understand that when you choose a path of glorifying the culture that has destroyed your people, then you have to fully embrace everything that comes along with that culture. You know what I'm saying? Now, my condolences go out to all of the families and of the loved ones of brothers that we've lost to the streets, of sisters that we've lost to the streets. But it's 2021, man, and niggas got to come to grips with the reality that if you're going to be a gangster, man, you got to be all the way a gangster, or you can't play in that culture at all. You understand? For Young Dolph to be where he was in the middle of the broad daylight in that vehicle that he was in that part of town that he was in, and not have no security with him, and not have an entourage of cats that was ready to bust first, it's irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? And it's unconscionable. I don't care how much love you get wherever you are. If you somebody who a name could be made for knocking you off, or a bounty could be possibly on your head, then you gotta move that way. And one thing that I never understood about, you know what I'm saying, brothers that adopt the gangster culture is, why don't y'all adopt any of the ways of the real gangsters that y'all patterning yourselves after? I think about the old, you know what I'm saying, them old Italians, you know what I'm saying, when they was in the mafia and the mob and they had their criminal organizations. You would never catch John Gotti out somewhere by himself without 5 bodyguards. You go back to them days in the 60s, you would never catch Frank Lucas moving around anyway without his whole squad of shooters protecting him. You look at nowadays, you look at the president of any country on the planet that deals in espionage and that deals in brokering, weapons deals and getting, military government coups and those types of things. Them cats don't travel in motorcades and travel with Secret Service because, it's fun. You do that shit because when you live that kind of lifestyle, you have to be protected. When you a marked man, then you got to move like you a marked man. And it's just unfortunate that brothers don't realize that when you get famous and get rich, speaking the life of a gangster, that's your life. You know what I'm saying? You Young Dolph and you choose to get famous and get rich making the kind of music that brother was making, then you can't go to the cookie store by yourself, brother. You got to send somebody to the cookie store. I don't give a damn what city you in, where you at. You got to DoorDash your cookies, bro. You got to, send your cousin to go get your cookies, or one of them bitches you fucking, send her to go get your cookies. You can't just pop out in the middle of broad daylight and get you some cookies. What you think you safe because you got a 30 on you, or, those of us that's here in the city, there's a lot that's being said in the streets about what happened with Dolph. But you got one shooter with you. That's not enough, brother. You got to have somebody go and pop in that spot and secure it and lock it down. Check the back door, check the front door. You got to have somebody posted at the gas station next door, the gas station across the street, and then they give you the word, you know what I'm saying, the coast is clear to come get your cookies. You can't just pop out in the middle of the broad daylight and that whip that Dolph was in, you know what I'm saying, in that part of town that he was in, and just think it's cool to wait in line and get some cookies, you know what I'm saying? And again, it just goes to just being serious about the life that we live in, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the nigga wasn't serious about life. I ain't saying that anybody who loses their life in the streets, you know what I'm saying, wasn't serious. But I pray that brothers and sisters understand that you can't be halfway about anything in life. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you live by, you're going to die by. And so if you feel like your way out the hood is hustling or is getting on the track and making music that glorifies murdering and killing and stunting on niggas and fucking a nigga bitch and all of these things that we know result in death or result in, you know, malice and aggression being brought towards you, then you got to be prepared to live your entire life that way. You can't be a cat that, you know, got a persona or got a reputation for living a certain kind of way and then you're not fully all the way about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just something I learned, man, just being a nigga in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And having made the transition into living a righteous life, which is what we promote in the ISUPK, which is what we urge for all of our brothers and sisters to do. Put down this bullshit culture your oppressor gave you, man. Put down that bullshit, you know what I'm saying, patterning yourselves after people who, you know, that lifestyle ain't work for them. I hear these rappers talking about the mob and they the mafia and all of this. You ain't no mob. You ain't no mafia, man. All the mafia niggas is dead or in jail, man. You know what I'm saying? The mafia got shut down by the goddamn government, and either they, you know what I'm saying, they got overthrown by even more gangsters. You know what I'm saying? And that's the condition that we facing right now. You think you a gangster, you think you the mob and you the mafia, but you in America, huh? It don't get no more gangster than the U.S. government. It don't get no more mob than the FBI and the CIA and the DEA. It don't get more mob than these record executives and these corporations that you independent making music for. They signing your checks. You know what I'm saying? It don't get more gangster than that. So it's sad, man. It's sad to see brothers lose their lives, man. It's sad to see, you know, our people suffering the things that we suffer. But you got to realize that a lot of this shit niggas chose for themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, just be serious about life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever path you're going to choose, whichever way you're going to choose to portray yourself and grind and make it out, I pray every nigga make it, man. But however you make it, you got to be serious about how you living out here. You know what I'm saying? And I said, rest in peace, man, and my condolences go out to all of the families of the brothers that have lost their lives. But I pray that you youngins out there, you know what I'm saying, I pray that you people that call yourselves fans of this music and fans of this culture, you realize what it is that's being promoted to you. And you brothers that's going to choose that path to try and make it out and make something of yourself, you know what I'm saying, be serious about the life that you are speaking into existence when you get on that microphone and you say some of them things that you say. You know what I'm saying? But another thing, man, if you live in that life, you know what I'm saying, here's what a real man does. You know what I'm saying? What a responsible man does, man. A real man settles his debts. A real man squashes his beef. You know what I'm saying? Or else he don't move around like shit sweet. You got issues, man. You got problems. You got things in the streets that you can't run away from. You need some help. Contact the ISUPK, man. We got counseling, you know what I'm saying? We'll set up a mediation, you know what I'm saying? We'll be able to help you squash your beefs and squash your squabbles in the streets. If you want to move around like a cat that is free, that you know, living a regular life, if that's not the case, if you're not going to squash your beefs, man, if you're not going to settle your debts, then you got to move like you're a gangster. You got to move like a price on your head. You got to move like a nigga try to get some clout or get a reputation by taking you out or by robbing you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I had to say. Maybe I'm just an angry black man. I don't know what I'm talking about. Salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad. It's your man, Chief Sock G. I'll holler at y'all.